ISLE Gurisoft.
Hello everybody, and welcome to my new Let's Play of Ben Jordan Paranormal Investigator. I cannot talk today. Anyway, this is case 2. I believe it's called the case of the Lost Galleon, something like that. I don't know why the title isn't right there. Anyway, I know the first one wasn't quite that exciting, but I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think that this whole series was actually very, very good. So this one actually gets a little bit better, and it only improves throughout the subsequent games. So I'm excited to get this started. So let's do it.
There's nothing better than a nice hot shower to unwind. That reminds me, I should go post on the paranormal forums about the sunket case. Maybe I'll get some more work when people read about what I did.
That was
or
fast.
Maybe that's another job calling now.
Let's check it out.
Hello, you've reached Ben Jordan, Paranormal Investigator. How can I help you? Your husband's gone missing? Well, I'd love to help, but I'm a paranormal investigator. I don't really handle missing persons cases.
Well, I'm sure there's more to it than that.
Oh, I see. Lost galleon of the Salton Sea, you say? And he's been missing for 2 weeks? Okay, I'll take the case. What's your name and where you're located exactly? Great. I'm on my way to Dunesburg, California then. See you soon,
Dunesburg,
Mrs.
California.
Roberts.
Is that a real place? I know California's a real place. I used to live there. But is Dunesburg a real place? I don't know.
I guess what they say about word-of-mouth advertising is true. It really does work. 2 cases in
Sweet.
1 week isn't going to get any complaints from me.
Nor me. Now, it's been a few months since I last played this game, but I think it's simple enough where I can remember what to do.
Come in.
Hello there, Mrs. Roberts. I'm Ben Jordan, paranormal investigator.
Oh, Mr. Jordan, I'm so glad you've arrived. Please excuse the mess, but I've been at my wit's end ever since George
What
disappeared.
mess? Why do people always say please
It's
excuse
not
the
a
mess?
problem.
Even
Anyway,
if there's
that's
no
what I'm
mess.
here for.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan. I appreciate you taking the time to help me.
Alright, so, if you're a fan of Let's Plays, or even, adventure game Let's Plays, you may recognize that voice. That is fellow Let's Player Her Crabbiness, who also does adventure games like I do. She actually has done some of the Ben Jordan games herself, and has also done the Laura Bow games. So, she's pretty cool. She's one of my favorites. Anyway, let's take a look around. Plastic flowers, empty silver bowl, artwork. Alright, well there's a picture of George, so we can recognize him. Aww, let's touch her. Probably. Anyway, let's talk to her. Aww. Yeah, remember exclamation mark is small talk, where the question mark is actually like conversation questions. So, let's talk to her.
Can we talk, Mrs. Roberts?
Yes, of course.
That was probably awkward for her, where I was just like sort of standing there staring at her. Anyway,
Tell
ask
me
her
about
her
your husband.
George is... well, he's very stubborn. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no way to get it out again. So when he heard about the lost galleon, he became obsessed with it. He drove out to look for it about 2 weeks ago, and he never came back.
That's not
I'm
good.
worried he might have died out there, and I feel terrible that I couldn't talk him out of it.
Not to sound insensitive, but did you call the police?
Of course. After a few days of not hearing from him, I called the police and filed a missing person report, but they've had no luck finding him. Here, you can have a copy of it if it helps any.
So you're gonna trust this
Salt
kid
Sea
in his
is a
late
big
teens.
place, Mr.
Great.
Jordan, and he never told me where exactly he was headed. If only I could figure out where he went, it would make finding him much easier. I called you as a last resort, to be honest.
Alright, makes sense.
I figured since you deal with the paranormal and the galleon is an old legend, you might have better luck turning something up.
I'll do my best, Mrs. Roberts.
Thank you.
Now let's ask about this lost galleon, because that's what this is going to kind of revolve around.
What do you know about the lost galleon?
Not very much. Only what the old prospector told George. I guess he would be the one to ask.
Old
Old
prospector.
prospector?
That's just what everyone around here calls him. He's a strange old man who hangs around town, usually at the Drunken Scorpion. He's the one who told George about the galleon.
I guess I'll have to put him at the top of my interview list then.
Looks like it.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a housewife. My husband and I have been married for 5 years now. We don't have any children yet, but we... I'm sorry, Mr. Jordan. I'm getting a bit emotional thinking about George.
It's fine, Mrs. Roberts. We don't have to talk about it anymore.
It's so funny listening, like hearing her crabbiness' voice in a game when I'm used to like listening to her Let's Plays and stuff. Anyway, and let's ask about where we are, Dunesburg. Sounds like a bustling metropolis.
What can you tell me about Dunesburg?
There isn't much to tell, really. We're a small desert community. The town itself hasn't got any more than 500 people. But if you like the small town atmosphere and don't mind the desert heat, it's not such a bad place.
That's all for now, Mrs. Roberts.
Okay.
Anyway, can we?
Mrs. Roberts, would you mind if I took this bowl for a while?
If it helps you find George, you can take whatever you need.
Alright, we actually don't know why we need that bowl right now, but I figured I'd take it now. It took me, because,
Well, I'm gonna get going.
Okay. Come by if you need anything else.
Will do.
Yeah, when the time came when I did need it, I forgot it was even there, so I was looking everywhere trying to figure out what to do. So anyway, we have an abandoned mine, Annie's house, and town. So we have these different places we can go to. Let's start out in town. What's this? Modern sculpture. Glass tubing. Let's touch it. Uh-oh. Well, now we have, if I can find this in my inventory, a glass tube and a bowl. Police report. Let's look at that. Didn't realize we had that. And there's his license plate. Anal. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, so we'll know the car when we see it. Alright, let's start here and go up the street. What's this place? It's a man's holistic emporium. Sounds like our kind of place. Go. Oh, you have to click on the doorway. Alright. Whatever.
Ah, welcome, welcome. I was wondering when you were going to arrive.
Sorry, have we met? I don't think I know you.
Not directly, but you met and helped my brother, Ernie. He told me what you did in Florida, and I was the one who recommended your services to the Roberts woman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember he mentioned you. Thanks for the free advertising, Mr.
I am Alan, the medicine man. Take a look around and let me know if there's anything you need help with.
It's like a mixture between a hippie, a pirate, and Sean Connery. Anyway, let's take a look. Asthma to Ebola. Fever to jaundice. Kawasaki syndrome to osteoporosis. And pancreatitis to tachycardia. Holy crap, he has something for everything. Ulcers to Zollinger-Ellison syndrome. I don't think I've ever actually heard of that one before. I'm gonna have to look that up. And a mortar and pestle. Well, since it shows the price, you know we have to buy it.
I'd like to buy this mortar and pestle.
Excellent. Bring it over here. Alrighty, with sales tax, that comes out to $6.48.
There you go.
Thanks for your business. Happy grinding.
Giggity. Alright, owl mask? It's scary as hell in actuality. A stethoscope. Western medicine. Funny, my medicine has evolved so much over the years. and yet all of a sudden people decide, no, let's just go back to herbs. Because people lived so much longer back then, didn't they? Oh wait. Let's see if we can get the stethoscope.
Hey, you think I could borrow the stethoscope for a while?
Sure, knock yourself out. Or just listen to your heartbeat.
Alright, and let's have a nice little conversation.
Thanks again for the recommendation. Word of mouth is pretty important in this career.
Think nothing of it. I'm happy to help.
I have a few questions for you.
Go on then. Ask them.
That I will do.
Exactly what does a medicine man do?
Well, now, that's easy. I heal the sick. But I don't use any of the standard techniques of conventional Western medicine. Instead, I rely on natural remedies and spirituality.
No offense, but aren't most of you shaman types Native Americans?
Indeed. I studied with the Hopi in Arizona. It took a lot of convincing to earn their respect, but they allowed me into their tribe and taught me the ways of their healers.
And I'm sure these ways are super effective.
How exactly does spirituality fit in with being a medicine man?
It's more important than you might think. Basically, all our healing power comes from communing with the Great Spirit and acting as a bridge between the human and spirit world for the benefit of the community.
So you talk to ghosts? That's pretty cool.
No, it's not quite that simple. I wouldn't expect a lay person like yourself to understand.
Hey, what'd you call me?
Hey, I'm a paranormal investigator. I understand plenty.
Well, the spirit world is very important in Native American culture. Here, I'll lend you this book. It might help you learn something.
Thanks.
Perhaps. Alright, ask about the Lost Galleon.
Have you heard of the Lost Galleon of the Salton Sea?
Yes, I have. In fact, I'm pretty sure most everyone in Dunesburg has.
Do you believe it exists?
No, of course not. I think the story is just a load of crap made up to attract tourists.
You don't think you'd
Now, don't get me
seem
wrong,
like you'd be
I'm
someone
not
who'd be a
complaining.
skeptic.
Tourism is great for business. You just won't find me out there in 120-degree heat digging like a fool.
Very true.
Can you tell me anything about the town?
At the rate we're going, it's either going to become a ghost town or a tourist trap. We don't seem to have many new folks moving in, and tourism is dropping. In fact, before you, the only tourist I remember seeing was some mustachioed Italian fellow who was creeping around a few weeks ago. Anyway, on the other side of the coin, we've got places like that blasted coffee shop opening up all over town. Next thing you
Oh
know,
no,
we'll
a
have
coffee
strip
shop.
mall. And then where will we be?
I'll see you later.
Take care of yourself, laddie.
Capitalism is pure evil. Alright. No, I'm not against like herbal medicines and stuff like that. I do believe that they can have a healthy effect on the body, but when it comes to, you know, actual cures for diseases, I trust, you know, doctors and medicine. Anyway. So yeah, this... If I were to live in a small town, it would not be in the desert. I'd prefer like a foresty area, a snowy area, but this just doesn't... It's not my cup of tea. I'll just say that much. Let's take a look at that book. Spirituality in Native American tribes in the southwestern USA. Yeah, that's all we get out of it is a laminated bookmark. Alright, well, I think that will be it for now. I'm going to keep these episodes shorter than I did with the last Ben Jordan game. So, we'll be able to find more information about the Lost Galleon. Will the Prospector have any information for us? We'll just have to find out next time on Let's Play Ben Jordan, Paranormal Investigator, Case 2. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.